Hey there guys, so I'm just making a video today about all of my septum jewelry. Most of this is actually not for septums. I don't think any of it actually was made for septum piercings, but it's just like general jewelry that you can use in your septum. I decided to make this today because I figured out that I have a little bit of variety here, and I figured that anybody who wants to get their septum pierced or who has their septum pierced and is just looking for different kinds of jewelry you can wear, I figured I would just show you guys and maybe you guys can get some ideas of what you think you might want to use. So I'm just going to start with showing you what I got mine pierced with. So this is just a Septum Keeper. It is a 14 gauge and it's just pretty simple. It's something that you can definitely use if you just want to keep it flipped up for work or for going out anywhere that you just don't want to have it showing. So the most basic kind of septum jewelry I'd say is probably a horseshoe. So this is just like a plain horseshoe. It is a 16 gauge and it has no ends on it, and you can obviously put on different ends. Sometimes I just wear this without any of the ends on. So as for different ends, you can just do like the simple ball ends. This is actually a slightly smaller horseshoe. I kind of like this one because when it's in you can only see the balls just kind of sticking out. I'm going to be saying balls a lot in this video, so I really hope that you are not offended. This one here is actually the first horseshoe I used after I took my Septum Keeper out. So other types of ball ends are like these little plastic ones here. These ones are different colors. They're kind of like marble because they're white mixed with different kinds of pastel-y colors. I have different colors, but I only have one of each. So if I wear this, I have to wear two different colored ends, which is kind of cool if you feel like being a little bit different. So then there is a few kind of funkier horseshoes. This one here is kind of like a rainbow horseshoe. I like this one because I love rainbows. If you don't know that about me yet, now you do. My favorite color is rainbow, or purple. Purple is a close second to rainbow. Anyway, so I just like this one because it's different colors and it's kind of cool and a bit different than just a regular silver horseshoe. And then if you like, okay, this is gonna sound really wrong. If you like bigger balls on your septum jewelry, these ones are slightly larger and they have like patterns on them, so I think with the larger ones you can kind of get more of like designs on there. So these ones are kind of cool. There's like stars on them. And then I have this one here, which the ends are not facing the same way, but there's like little skulls on here, which is kind of cool. They're not really personally my favorite, but those are just some of the ones I have that have designs on them that are kind of different. Alright, so now some different kinds of ends that you can use on a horseshoe besides the ball ends are spike ends. Here are just some basic spikes. I am currently wearing spiked ends. Here's just a comparison because these are actually different size spikes. So this one right here is the rainbow version of what I have in right now. And as you can see, compared to the other ones, the spikes are slightly different sizes. So there are kind of different sizes you can get when it comes to the spikes or cones, whatever you prefer to call them. And one more spike end that I really wish I could wear, but unfortunately I only have one of them. When I got these, I had 4 of them and I lost them all. So I'm going to try to show you this. This one here is my little rainbow cone. I really like it, and I wish that I had 2 of them at least so I could wear this. Another type of jewelry that you can wear is a captive bead. Now, captive beads are kind of a pain in the butt because you have to be able to get the bead on, which is a bit difficult, and for me at least, I found it pretty difficult to get the bead on, as well as depending on the size of the bead, you might not be able to flip up a captive bead ring if you take the ball out. Like with horseshoes, it's kind of like a wider gap, so you can usually flip it up pretty easily. But with captive beads, depending on the size, it might be a little bit harder to get it flipped up if you take the ball out. So they can kind of be a pain in the butt, and if you have to flip it up for any reason, it might not be the most convenient one to wear. So here are just some captive beads that I have. So here is just the basic black one, and the bead has a little gem on it, so that's why I thought they were kind of pretty. And the only thing I realized once I got these is that the bead is so small that you have to like really bend the ring to be able to get it in. So here is, I have 2 of these, so this is like the one that I had to bend, and you can kind of see like the difference. So I really had to bend this one just to be able to get it in, and then you have to bend it back closed just enough to get the bead back on, so it was pretty difficult to get in, I will admit. So definitely make sure that when you are buying captive bead jewelry that the bead is large enough that there is a big enough space in the jewelry that you can actually get it in your septum. Here are just the other captive bead ones I have. They all came in the same set. So this one is just like the gold version. And then I have here a rainbow one. It's slightly faded. I have 2 rainbow ones. So one other thing that I thought I would recommend, even though I've never tried it, is a bar. If you are wanting to flip up your septum piercing for a long period of time, for example, for me, when I go to my dad's house, I have to flip mine up because he doesn't know about it. For me, it tickles the inside of my nose and I hate the feeling of having like a ring in there. I can usually handle the feeling for like the weekend, but if I had to like spend a week with him or something, I would probably put something like this in. So this is just a suggestion for if you are going somewhere where you need to hide it for like a long period of time. It can be a lot more comfortable to have something simple that you don't have to flip up, that is just hidden automatically as soon as you put it in. I'm pretty sure this jewelry is actually for a cartilage piercing, but of course you can use any kind of jewelry on your septum as long as it fits and it is comfortable. Go for it. Hey there guys, so I'm just adding this on to the end of the video. Luckily I haven't posted it yet. I actually just went and got some more jewelry for my septum. It's basically like captive beads, but like I was saying in the video previously, my captive beads that I had before were just like small beads, so I wasn't really able to use them very easily on my nose. But I just got some that have like a bigger bead in them and I actually think they're really pretty, so I'm just gonna show you. I'm actually wearing one of the captive bead rings right now. I'm just wearing it without the ball in, and it's like a big enough space. So there's this one here. It's pretty cool. It's just got like this stripy ball. Now the ball that actually goes on this one is actually this. I think it's really cool. It's kind of just like this little skull, and it's got like little gem eyes, so that's really cool. It just kind of goes like right there, so it's a little bit like more intense. But I did wear it just yesterday to school, along with like my skull tights and like a black long sleeve shirt, so it actually looked pretty good, I think. A little bit flashy, but like I got some compliments, so that's good. Now the next one is just this little guy here, so it's kind of like the ones that I had already with the captive beads, but it's a slightly larger bead and it does have like a little gem on it, so it's kind of like the other ones that I have, but just like a big enough ball that I can actually wear without having to like rip the thing apart. So this one is a bit more intense. I don't know how I'd wear this. It's just like a crazy ball of like spikes. I don't really know if I'm ever gonna wear this in my nose because it's a bit like intense and like kind of spiky and dangerous looking. So I don't know if it'll ever come in handy, but like I don't mind having like an actual black ring. And even if I took this ball out, I could just wear the ring just like I'm wearing this one and just have like a black one. So I kind of like that too, and plus I liked all the other ones in the set, so I figured I might as well get it. So it came with the 4 rings and it was about $7 at Ardene's, so that's pretty cool. And just as the last point, if you want to see any more like pictures of all the different septum rings I have, I do post pictures of me wearing different ones occasionally on my Instagram, so I will leave the link to that below. And if you can check it out if you're into that kind of thing. So thank you for watching. I hope that this helped you a little bit if you are on the hunt for some kind of septum jewelry. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you next time.